right, everyone, let's do a brief audio and visual check. How's everybody doing? And while we do that, let's make sure I get everything set up. Looks good, sounds good. All right, in the YouTube chat, there's the Nightbot doing its job. This is for educational purposes only. In the YouTube chat is the Topstep risk disclosure. It's not a signals class. You know the drill. Read it, understand it. Yeah, I don't know what it was. If you guys were tuning in last night after class, I had some food and I just was not feeling good at all. Wasn't feeling good throughout most of the morning either. And I'm starting to feel a little bit better. So, I mean, better than these markets anyway. Quit trading once again this morning. Stomped my feet. Lots of curse words. And here I am. But I figured some things out today. Up 200 this afternoon. Okay. Nice. Yeah, I don't know what it was, JT, but still not feeling 100%. I mean, I'm feeling much better than I was. Time to switch the turtle to the rabbit. I know. Hey, did you know that the turtles could go, I think it's the leatherback turtle, could get up to like 22 miles an hour? Maybe. I remember seeing or hearing that once. Maybe it was in the water. Make 5K and you'll feel better. Yeah, well, will money make you feel better? I don't know. Yeah, you look it up. I don't know. I might be wrong. I might be completely wrong. What's your day loss limit? My day loss limit's 5,000, and I typically do one trade a day. 1, 2 to 3. I'd say max for me is 3, but it depends on what am I trading, an overnight trade or a scalp. Setups. How many setups, right? Like last night, you see me take a loss. I consider that one setup. If you watched last night where I tried to build a position like 3 times and I took like 3 or 4 losses, that was one setup. I consider that one setup. They nest in my country, and yes, they can move quickly. Yeah, okay. 22 is way faster than I can. Yeah. I don't know if it is in the water or on land. I remember reading some weird fact. Don't ask where or when. I just looked it up. You tried to fade the tilt, and yeah, see what happens when I try and fade chat. I was trying to fade chat, and yeah, you could see what happened to the market, right? We just sold off. We sold off. I'm watching this market. What do we do? What do we do in this market? Watching a couple things. This is my live account, and this market is moving. Watching how we are going to be setting up, looking for any opportunities. While I'm doing that, look at this. Gold, all-time highs. Gold, all-time highs. Coach Hoop messaged me right before coming on stream. Here we are. Over breaking 3,200, 3,220s, just straight up. I mean, breaking all-time highs. We're going. It's going and going. Gold all-time highs here tonight. What a freaking move. So keep an eye on that. I'm not going to be trading it. I don't have the air horns. I have my stream deck set up, but I don't have any sounds on it. 22 miles an hour in water. I knew something like that. Look at this market. China's buying it up, says Coach Hoop. Why not? Why not? I see that they were going to be buying less dollars. Let's look at it. Is there any news? What's going on tonight? Any tariffs? Gold increases to 32. Yeah, that obviously. Costa Rica, go through. Nothing too crazy. Any news tonight? Not much. Tonight's already April 10th. Here in the U.S., tax day is April 15th. That's taxes. Now, going through Fed speakers, obviously. Tomorrow's going to be, there's always volatility. This is volatility all the time. U.S. PPI, core PPI. So we have inflation data, speakers upon speakers, as always. It's Friday, so not too crazy. It's Friday's price action already. Dang it. I was kind of thinking of a long on that break. As soon as we got on stream, I'm like, do I get a long here? And I was a little hesitant going against this momentum that we're seeing tonight on how freaking we're just selling off. Let's go through this. Let's go through this. Maybe go through some options in terms of, I mean, look at that. 30 points up, 30 points down, 50 points up, 50 points down. Sell any bounce, it looks like, is just paying. Like, man, like, this is slow markets. 70 points up, 70 points down in 10 minutes. Like, man, what is up? Let's go through this. Let's see where we're at. I'm going to do this on as gold continues to push all-time highs. Nikkei's taking a hit. Let's run through this, shall we? Let's take a look at the NASDAQ, and we're going to look at the just our regular rapid fire NASDAQ hourly chart. Let's look at the daily. I had my VIP meeting today, and I missed a beautiful trade. I mean, we're still in a bear market, right? Considering it, we had that huge move in one day from bottom to top, 15%, 2,600 points. And look where we came to, right at this nice resistance, support and resistance here from March 12th, 13th. And that became resistance, support, resistance. Simple, straightforward, easy to do after hindsight. Looking at the hourly chart, this is what I said. I missed a freaking trade during my VIP, and it was a banger of one too. So today's price action, ugly, right? The market giveth, the market taketh. We rally up 15% and we sell right back down. Well, we broke through. This looks like this started to break during maybe the New York session open, broke through. We came back, we tested it out, and now are we seeing continuation? Are we going to see this market continue lower and just keep going? Maybe. I mean, this is the setup I was talking about in my VIP team, and I'll show you what it looks like from a 5-minute chart. It looks even better from a 5-minute chart on a sell. But you can imagine, we came up, we tested this trend line, and you talk about a 3-bar reversal. This 3-bar reversal that happened after tonight's price action, we opened up at 5 p.m. Central, and we rallied. We rallied up to these 18,000, almost 600, and we got a beautiful 3-bar reversal, and not just any 3-bar reversal. This 3-bar reversal came at this resistance trend line. So like that, I mean, it's a zone, right? It looks like we tried to break out 3-bar reversal, and it was just sell. And from that point, I mean, that's a 400-point move in slow markets. Like what? It's crazy. And we're down 1.3%. It's how far can we go? I don't know. Are we gonna come down and test the lows around 18,000? Can we see 18,000 tonight? Maybe. So far we're consolidating right here, so maybe we can find some buyers. I don't know. Maybe we can find some buyers. Maybe we just sell off and break through. Well, what's the tilt at, shall we ask? Shall we see? Tilt is close to 50-50. Gold, I'm gonna keep an eye on gold throughout the night, as we've been watching it hit all-time highs. But anyway, take a poll. Learning a lot from you. Good. Oil moving. Let's finish. Let's take a look at crude oil. Let's take a look at all these markets, and then we'll see if there's any trades. Crude. I don't know. Maybe there's an argument to be made that we put in a higher low, and maybe crude can make a run up to 60.45. 60.45. This is a 5-minute chart. Let's look at the hourly. Let's look at the hourly here in crude. It's looking pretty heavy as well. The question now, crude's in an interesting spot. This was support. We broke through. The support became support again, and it also, this was support resistance right here at the 1-hour chart, and so we're kind of in between. Are we going to come back down and test these 59s, or are we going to find a leg higher and move? I mean, it's interesting that we held these 59s again. This is where we were, April 7th. I mean, it's not that long ago. Today's only the 10th. And yeah, is this a leg higher? Is this a higher low, everyone, in crude? Is this a higher low? And do we see a leg up and a breakout? I don't know. It's hard to think that with it being so heavy and after a sell-off today, but we need to be thinking that. Maybe if we see a break above this level, if we see a break above 60-50s, and we start gaining some momentum. Until then, if we can't see that, then obviously it's, maybe we see continuation back down towards these mid-50s. And then we take a look at the Nikkei. Nikkei is selling off. Nikkei is not in a good place. This is a Japanese market. You could see just past 3 hours down 2.25. Yeah, Nikkei is taking a beating when it comes to these sellers stepping in, and that is pretty volatile, right? Like from just tonight's price action, from high to low, to over 2%, 2.3. Let's see, measure that from the NASDAQ. I'm in micros. Make sure I'm in micros. I'm going to short this. I'm going to short this in the NASDAQ here for a break lower. Micros. Let's focus on that. See if I could build a position. This is kind of what I'm looking at. See if we could break through this. Going to add. See if we can continue to break through this. All right. Are we going to get follow through now? Let's keep going. And close off one there in the 70s. Close off another one. There. Oh, there's another follow through. All right. Anyway, paid for dinner tonight. Back to what I was saying. Now so the question is, are we going to see whatever? What was I saying? What was I saying? Yeah, we're going to check gold. Watch gold hit all-time highs. Take a look at the 1 minute chart. And back to. I closed that off too. Was that too? Oh man, yeah. I guess I closed that one off. I should have just kept a runner. What am I thinking in this market? Why am I not keeping a runner? Wow. Okay. All right, Dakota. What am I doing? Not keeping a runner. I mean, I thought 50 points was good enough. I'm thinking okay, I caught 60 points. What's wrong with 60 points? 50, 60 points. But then it just tanks another 60 or 50 points. What? Okay. Wow. What kind of markets are these, everyone? Get in again. Get it again. Let's just a casual $300 in a minute with micros. And then back up. We tested that support. Look at that move. This is just, I don't know what to say. I don't. This is a loss for words. I'm at a complete loss for words at this market. 80 points in minutes. Like, what do we do? We'll just scalp micros, I guess. We're all the same. Oh, just wow. Check out gold, full margin. Full margin. Yeah, we're watching gold. I checked gold a few times. We're hitting all-time highs in gold. Yeah, I mean, I'm just like, I'm happy with my 50 points. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I sold. Yeah, that's 50 points. I mean, I can't get mad at 50 points in micros. But we did bounce off of this support in the New York session. We did bounce off this level. Right? That's a nice zone. We bounced off of it. So is it going to set us up for another short? Maybe. Yeah, maybe right here is a short for a continuation down. That's possibility. I want to see if we can get more market structure. Like I said, I liked what we've seen here. I had that consolidation. I mean, this feels like just like last night, and we just broke through. So I wonder if we come up and test this. Thought you had the promo. Hey, I'm a buyer of markets, but at some point you want to make money, right? I'm a bull at heart, and after what we seen on Wednesday, yeah, I was buyer. Now today I'm seller. Dakota, do you know the recession indicators? I made 3 recession and they're super active. I could guarantee. Gold dumping. Explain the 5% limit rule. Whenever the market gets within 5 or has moved 5%, like within 2% of the limits. For example, if the Nasdaq moves down 5%, you don't want to open up new trades, and you don't want any trades within 5% or after the market's moved 5%. I'm sure we could find the support thing for it. Just passed my combine on that move. Great trade. Well, should we call it a session? Last night I went over by 30 minutes. Do we just call it good here tonight? Just be done. Let's do it. I'm gonna do a poll. Can we just call it good? I just get some rest. Just say that we're good. We don't need anything else. I mean, that's all we need. It's less than what we want, but more than what we need. And just call it. Sleep, call it. You need more call outs? Yeah, good. No, markets are wild. Let's do it. Let's do a poll. Just call it a night. Yes or no? Let's see it. Do we just call this a night? Say, hey, you know what? We made $300 in this period. Call it good. Yeah, night. Grab our teddy bear and just go cuddle up next to. Look at this market. Yeah, so far this short. That was maybe another short opportunity. We bounced back up. We consolidated here between 60s, 70s, and 50s. Nice little 20 point. That was this right here was almost like the slow markets. Like that, what you're seeing, this 20-point range is typically the entire range of slow markets back last year. Like that's what it was. Like that was the entire slow markets range. Now we're getting that as just a little hesitation before we get moves. It's straight 50-50. Uh-oh. Here we go back down. Let's watch this. I mean, all you could do is just watch it. The Doug Arnold, show us how to be profitable in winning 4,000 per trade and losing 4,000 per trade. I mean, it depends on, you can't have a risk reward without a winning trade percentage. 4,000 per trade. You're making 4,000 per trade and losing 5,000 per trade. The Doug Arnold. Scared money don't make no money. On Wednesday, there's a 200-point bounce between now and 3 a.m. Yes. Okay, it looks like no. The chat has spoken. I should have just ended it when it was in my favor. That's how polls should usually work, right? You set a poll, and as soon as you get the statistics you want, you close the poll and say, oh, okay. I should have closed it earlier. One of those nights, you could put on a position and wake up to a gift or wake up to a blown account. Andrew says you demand a recount. You demand a recount. Yeah, we recount it. And we'll keep doing the poll until we get the results we want. Even if like we get like 5 people vote, hurry up and close it. The Doug, that's not my stats according to the big board. I do not make $4,000 per trade, and I do not lose $5,000 per trade. I'm probably thinking about per day, or maybe I don't know, my average winning day and average, I'm not sure what you're referring to. Provide clarity. No misinformation. Didn't trade today. Was it feeling good? Didn't focus. That's okay, Tom. Isn't the 100 tick chart too fast? Not for me. I like the 100 tick chart because I could see these pivot points a lot cleaner, right? I like to see these smaller moves that you can't really see. I mean, I like to have the 5-minute on here as well, and you can't see those smaller moves. The Doug, I know what you're referring to, but let's see. Let's make sure. I don't mind if you want to come in here and troll and talk misinformation. Get the crap correct. Let's see. Let's see for the pocket watchers. I gotta find it now first. You're gonna make me find this and pull it out. Let's see. Where are we at? Talking about big board stats. Okay, I don't know exactly how these are calculated, but I'm guessing this is what you're ranting about. Yeah, that's not per trade, dude. Look at the per trade. That's way different than what you're referring to. Now, I don't know if this is by the beginning of the year or because this is not total. This probably by the beginning of the year because I'm on a drawdown this year that I've been grinding out of. Is that what you're referring to? I don't know. Every per trade you lose, that's not correct. Haters gonna hate. I have one question. I blow almost 90 accounts, $500 to $600 close to passing my account. I blow a funded account, 20 account. What is your advice? Should I stop? Andrew, no. Too big of size. You need to size down. Size down. Micros. You should. Yeah, I told my VIP team almost every single week. You should not be blowing accounts. Every single account you trade, if it's an evaluation account, should last minimum 1 month. Minimum 1 month. That's it. Have you checked the news? Wild trades, yeah, it's math, man. Math is hard. Averages are one thing. You could say the market averages something. Oh, oh, you know that what this reminds me of, everyone? It's like there's a comedian. There's a comedian, and he does it like funny statistics, and some of his content is great, where he uses statistics, and he jokes around with it. Obviously, comedian, and he shows how politicians skew statistics all the time, which is just abnormal. Like it's funny. I should probably find it. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Don McMillan. Don McMillan. Go look at Don McMillan. Where you could take. Yeah, I can't post it on here, right? Because of copyright and anything. But it's true, right? We're traders. We look at traders, right? And some of it is skewed. And some of it's a joke, right? And it's the way that traders look at it. They take one statistic and they skew it in whichever way makes it like, look at this. You cannot understand if traders are looking at one statistic, you have to take the whole picture, right? There's expectancy, there's risk reward, there's win percentage. But look at this. This is one of those jokes, right? There's 1.4 billion people in China. There are 7 billion people on Earth. Hence, 1 out of 5 babies born on Earth are Chinese. Conclusion, if you've got 4 kids and you're expecting a 5th, it will be Chinese. There's statistics that are joke. It's true. It's like a trader saying, I'm the best trader in the world because I have a 90% win rate. Well, that 10%, you blow your account. I see traders do it all the time, and vice versa. You just never know. You have to take all the statistics. You have to take the whole big picture. You look at stats all the time and say, hey, let's look at the stats. Let's maybe look at my slow markets performance that I've been trading in front of everybody, just this, right? And you have to take the stats in overall when it comes to evaluating your personal trading, because that's what it's about. How are you trading? How's your statistics? How do I become better? What do I need to improve on? Which ones do I need to focus? Well, it's wrong for you only to focus on your win percentage. It's wrong for you to only focus on your risk reward. Like, what should you focus on as a trader? And my answer is going to be the same. It depends on you. It depends on how you are trading. It depends on where you're struggling with. It really depends on so much, right? Look at this. You could look at this and say, this is horrible. If you look and if you hyper focus on just this, you can say that, wow, you are a horrible trader. Your best trade is only $1,200. Your worst trade is $1,400. You must be a bad trader, right? You're a bad trader. Well, I don't know. Or how about this one? This is a statistic. Trade direction. Wow, you only buy the market. You must have blown your account many times in this. Market's been bearish. You must have blown your... No, actually, I've been making money because it's about trade location. That kind of shows you my bias, though, right? I obviously, it's easier for me to buy the markets than sell markets. But yeah, 74 trades have been bullish, then 9 trades been bearish. And over the period of the past couple weeks, it's profitable here in slow markets. And so, or this one. Best 8% of totals, and you could take anything, but you have to understand, you have to evaluate everything as a whole to become better. Yeah, the big picture, right? The big picture. And markets, that's gold. This is gold. Let's take a look at it. NASDAQ. Mine's the opposite. I like selling. It feels better for me. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Tick, are you going to have a call with Peter Brandt? Well, maybe. We shall see. Hopefully. How big is my drawdown this year? Well, it was over 40,000. Ooh, or you know what you could do? Here, instead of coming in here and asking me these questions, I got something. I got something. If you really are so interested, if you're so interested in me and my individual trading and not interested in you and your trading, there's my Twitter. If you want to follow me and watch it and see every little detail, I usually post some stuff in there. I'm still trying to figure out why you sold at support. What do you mean, Matthew Justice? You're trying to figure out why I sold at support. Please let me know what you mean. I'm curious on that one. Are you talking about tonight, yesterday, what support, when? Hey, Coach, can you talk about YM a bit? Never hear much. I don't talk about that very much. Earlier as in today? Like that? Okay, you want me to walk through this trade tonight? Okay, you know, that's a fair question. Let's look at this. Let's look at this. Bear flag, bear flag. You sold preemptive break of support. Correct. Yeah, so if anybody didn't know, let's talk about this trade. Good. Thank you, Matthew. Let's get back on topic. Let's start talking about this specific trade. Why did I do exactly what I did? That's my live account, right? So micros, number one. So when I came on here, I did that brief analysis. You've seen me do that. I talked about the higher time frame. I talked about everything. I talked about, you know, selling off. Like we're selling off. And then I zoomed into a 5-minute and briefly looked at the 5-minute, and we're consolidating right here. You can see that there was a level of support at like these 240s. We broke down and we consolidated there. And one thing is we tried to break back above it and rejected. We broke back above it and rejected. And so, you know, we're still holding below that level. And then I think I had the 1 minute up. And you've seen we rejected, rallied, rejected again. And so I was playing a breakout trade, right? Because you can see it happened before. See what happened here. See what happened here. We consolidate and then we broke down. Consolidate, we broke down. Consolidate, we broke down. Consolidate, broke down, right? So we don't know what was going to happen. That's why we trade. We put money at risk with a process, believing that it could go in a direction, right? So based off of how we were trading tonight, consolidate, break down, you know, and people use these words all the time. Is it a consolidation, right? Expansion, contraction, right? I've also heard traders say this: we contract, we consolidate, then we expand. Consolidate, contract, expand. And you could say that. So that's what we were doing. And so as we started to sell, I had this 100 tick chart over here on the right-hand side. And you could see it was pretty clear. I started entering into a short here. And then I added, you see me, I was adding micros. So I added, I don't know how many micros I got into, I think 4, as we started breaking down, and then we just broke down. And I took profits. I wasn't expecting that huge of a move, but I was fine with just watching the momentum and closing, you know, taking profits on the way out, way down. Okay. Let's go. Yep. Thanks, Rizzy. Sell. Gold bull flag popped. Gold's breaking out. Yes, it is. Gold's going straight up. Gold to the moon. It's going up. It's breaking out. NASDAQ, you know, maybe it's the same thing here in the NASDAQ. Are we going to consolidate and then break down? Maybe. It looks like so far we tested this area that we held. This was support. So far this support's becoming resistance, and maybe we do get another move and a leg lower. Maybe we could find either we bounce up or we can break through this. I'm not sure. We'll see. Told you yesterday, gold to the moon. Hopefully you traded it and took advantage of your tail. Could you explain what makes markets so volatile? More volume. ES has more volume, but less volatile. It's not necessarily volume that makes markets volatile. You could argue less volume can bring volatility, but I don't think it's about. I think it's a mix of some things, right? Liquidity. So if we look at what makes these markets volatile, look at the DOM. This is a DOM. See how it's like 2s and 3s and 4s on the bid and ask, right? But then if we switch to the NASDAQ, the minis, look at the spread. Wow. Like that spread is, who wants to trade the minis? Like that is a 4 or 5 point spread at times. 1s and 2s. And so when you buy market, sell market, we're moving. It's very fast. There's very, very little liquidity. There's very, very little orders on the, like, look at that, 2, 1, 1. There's nothing there. And so this market moves very easily. It's like very liquid, very free flowing in terms of, it doesn't take much. You buy 10 contracts and you could push this up 5 points. I could, my own account right here, I could buy 15 at market and I could push the NASDAQ up like 10 points, right? That's what it looks like. If I buy market 15 contracts in my live account, I will myself, one trader, can push this market up. It looks like 10 points or so, which is insane. That's crazy. That really is crazy. But then if we take a look at the ES, it's going to take a lot more, right? I'm not going to be able to push this market up so much with 15 points. See, there's 25, there's 5, there's 7. So it's a little bit better. It's a little bit better. Does that make sense? Let's pump the NASDAQ together. Not in that spread. I'll be instantly down like $1,000, like $2,000 doing that. Look at the orders. 140. Look at the sellers coming in. Man, if that doesn't show you how many people just want to sell this market. Oh, that could have been a good selling opportunity here in the NASDAQ. Selling up here. Buy it for educational purposes only? Yeah, let me just throw away a couple $1,000s for educational purposes. Nothing makes sense today. Just selling the pops. Yes, that's what it looks like. That describes today perfectly. Slam it with 20 contracts. If I had the keys for the house account, I would build a position in my personal, then I'll slam it with the house account's contracts. I'm going to build my personal, I don't know, a short position. And then as soon as I finish building my position with my personal account, I'll switch to the house account and just market 100. Nothing wrong with that. College students throw away thousands for education. Nice pullback on gold. If the spread in NASDAQ is so high and it's difficult to make profit, who is trading now at this time? Institutions, maybe algorithms, some retail traders, speculators. I mean, it's a little scary, but we are finding some support. Like, look at these buyers stepping in now. Did we bottom? Did we bottom for the slow market session at temporary? Is it temporary from this New York session pivot right here? It's looking like it. We came down and we tested this pivot, and now we're starting to find some buyers. So seeing some buyers stepping in. Is it short-term buying? Is it just temporary? Or did we reverse? Can we see some more momentum? We did break the downtrend, the current downtrend anyway, that we have been seeing tonight. We broke it. Not only did we, so maybe. Dakota, are market makers still involved in these market conditions in order to execute directly on the exchange? And buyers, market makers are always, and that's what makes, like, they help make a market. That's, man, what a move. What a move right there. That is 200 points. 200 points tonight. Up, 200 points down. Coach, what would you consider an order block and a breaker block? Can you explain it in both trend down? I probably wouldn't be the best Ninja Hyper at explaining it. Hoag, maybe Coach J is a lot more experienced trading order blocks and breaker blocks. It'd be incorrect for me to sit here and try and explain it where they would be able to answer more questions. Because if I explain it and somebody has more questions, I'd be like, I don't know. Don't want to pass it. I'm a technical trader. I could give I could give you a summary, but it's not my experience. How do we get better, stay consistent? I'm having a hard time with that. Emotions all over the place. It's your emotions, and if you're having a hard time with emotions, it's because you're trading too big of size. That's a fact. It usually is the fact. It is the answer when traders are struggling is it's too big of size. Too big of size. Too big of size. Repeat that. I'll repeat it. I'm going to always be repeating it in any market condition, even especially in these markets. Always, always, always. I'm always going to be saying that same thing. Whenever traders struggle, it's too big of size. Most of the time. Especially with emotions. That's what she said. That's what she did not say. Facts. It's true. If you're trading a size where you don't care, you don't really have the emotion. That's why traders do so good in a practice account. Practice accounts are easy because you don't care, right? You switch to a practice and you could just trade it, whatever. Yeah, we're going to break down here. I'm going to sell it, and yeah. And it's like, well, why can I do that in my combine? Well, because you care too much. You're too emotional. You're trading different size. You care. Are we just going to sit here and is this going to be a nice big rally? Are we going to break up again? Are we going to break into those 300s? Can we see 320s? Big size is, yeah, it kills. Size. Yeah, I know where you guys are going. Got to keep it clean. We're studying a practice count. I made 50K in a day. Yeah, because it's practice, you don't overthink it. You don't overthink it. You don't stress about it. You just trade. Gabe Palmer, who said, with those markets, you don't need size to make money. Size matters. You heard it here first. Are we forming a 3-bar reversal on the 15-minute? Maybe. Yeah, 3-bar reversal happened on the 15-minute. Basically down here. Entry at like 206. I would look for a break. Yeah, this is looking a little more. It looks like the momentum has changed. Maybe some opportunities to buy it. Let's zoom out for a moment. Let's zoom out. Let's see if this market's going to rally. Where can we go? We did break through. We did break through this, so it makes sense. Momentum has changed a little bit. We're finding buyers, but is this an opportunity to sell it? Size doesn't matter. It depends on the volatility. It's not the size of the order, but the movement of the markets. We're finding out. These markets are fast. Smaller size is paying the bills, is right. The motion of the markets probably get back here for long. The won broke 5-minute resistance. Yeah, so now the question is, where do we go from here? Can we come back up and test? Yeah, market just switched. Free fall Friday. Do we have to purchase level 2 data to see all these orders in the DOM? I believe yes. Size down or go broke. Trade small for the long haul. Yeah, exactly. That was basically it's been my VIP. To summarize, my VIP meetings for the entire season has been size down, size down, size down. That's been the VIP conversation. Anybody in my VIP in here can confirm it's been size down. This is a marathon, not a sprint. If you don't size down and start trading micros, if you're struggling, then the market will force you, and you're going to end up taking losses. You're going to blow accounts until you adjust. That's as close to a guarantee as I could get. Is I see traders continue to blow accounts and continue to lose money and struggle until they finally realize, wow, you were right. As soon as I traded 1, 2, 3 micros, I started trading better. Yeah. I've been struggling too, and everyone's seen me trading. I'm trading micros. My typical size, sometimes I'll be 5 minis, 10 minis, but I've been trading micros. And every once in a while, depending on the setup, a couple minis, 1 or 2 minis, which is still small compared to what I normally trade. And then you compare last year, I was up to 30 minis. I was trading 30 minis for a good portion of the summer. Dakota, can you tell us what you're getting for the new $30 fee? What's that, volume? What is that? The volume for the $30 fee? I'm up 1K for the week. What was your risk? $5 a day, 10-year, way different market conditions, 30 minis. Yeah, the market conditions were not this volatile. I would not be in 30 minis in this market condition. Yeah, when the market goes back to normal, we're gonna miss this. We're gonna be missing this volatility as we are going to 300. We're breaking through those 300s. Next step, 320s maybe. As I said, 18,305. Well, that's... Wow. Do we go back to break even today? Do we go back to green? Do we make a run all the way back up here? 10 points a day. That's all you need, honestly. The power that comes with averaging 10 points a day, traders don't realize that. If a trader can average 10 points a day, they can be an amazing, they could trade for a living. If you can make on average 10 points a day, you can definitely trade for a living. Please cover markets. Please recover markets. I don't know. I'm lost. I'm looking for maybe a pullback to buy now. Like I said, I got my live account open. Up 300. Yes. Thank you, Dakota. 10 points with negative risk reward. Well, if you can average, remember that's average. That's what we were just talking about. Average. If you can average over a year, 10 points a day, that's great money. That's great money. Hey, it doesn't matter if it's micros or minis. If somebody can average, if you can average 10 points a day with 1 micro for a year, heck yes, they're a great trader. Sure, that might be, what, $20? $20 a day on average for an entire year? That's better than 98% of traders. That's better than 95, whatever the statistics is. That's amazing. And then you just scale up. 10 points a day on average, two micros. 2 micros turns into $40 a day. That could be life-changing for many people. If I could make an extra $40 a day, right? How much is that? just think it really is. It doesn't seem like much on a day, but it adds up. That's great money for that. And then you continue to size up, right? And then you get to the point where, yeah, I'm averaging 10 points a day on one mini. 10 points a day is not difficult. It really is not. Averaging it over a long period of time is more difficult, but yeah, do it in a mini. You're averaging an extra $200 a day and then you size up. Yeah, now will that same person that was averaging 10 points a day on a micro, maybe in 4 years they're trading 3 minis, 10 points a day on 3 minis, $600. And that person's making $600 a day on average for a whole year. That is trading for a living. That's good money. And then you increase your size, and then someone's trading 5 minis and they're averaging 10 points a day. And then they're making more than, that's amazing. Like, just continue size. It's easy, right? Easy said than done. Easier said than done. Do you want the reality, or do you want the true the answer? How long do you think a trader should be consistently profitable before trading for a living? Do you want the hard reality, or do you just want to feel good? Do you want hope? You want hope? I would say minimum 1 year. Minimum 1 year. No sugar. Not going to sugarcoat it. It depends on your situation, but reality is minimum 1 year. Because you need to understand that you have to prove yourself through different market conditions. Different market conditions. You can be successful in these markets, but what happens if these market conditions change? You need to be exposed to different market conditions throughout the year. That's like 1 year, you still only experienced one April, you experienced one summer, you experienced one holiday through December. That's only one time that you traded during Christmas season, during December. You've only traded, that's not a lot of experience throughout 1 year. You can say there's like that, but honestly, that's why I said very, very minimum. And then it depends on your situation, right? Maybe you have zero debt. If you have zero debt and you have like very small bills and you already have supplemental income, then maybe you could become a trade for a living a lot sooner. Or if you need to replace $100,000 a year from your job to become full-time trader, then you want a lot more security. You want a lot less pressure, because how much pressure you're going to be putting on yourself as a trader. That could have been the pullback to buy. Let's see if we could break through these 317s for continuation up. Yeah, that was, now with hindsight, a pullback to buy. What's gold doing? Not much. I'm a good trader. I bought when the tweet said now is a good time to buy. Okay, this is a question. I don't like talking politics. I'm not one side or the other. I just pure markets, pure trading. But I do have to ask this question. Did he tweet after the market was up 15%? Didn't he ask, like, how's the market? Or like, did he say anything after that? I know there was the message before, right, where he's like, it's a good time to buy. But was there anything after the day was over? The fact that we rallied like 15% and it was like a record-breaking day? Got to break through the 290s. Yeah, we're just consolidating here now, just under 300. Bond market said it was excellent after. He admitted he was, I'm about to size up. Yeah. He said, I saw the markets and no other president's doing that. Did he really? That used to be a crime. Top 10 record-breaking days were all in the bear market recession. Yes, it was. That would look like he told people to buy. Trump. This volatility has moved money. I tell you, money is moving around these markets like it hasn't done for years. Ron, I've been trading for 7 years. I started at a very young age. I am currently 23 years old and it is still not profitable to continue or retire. Ron, if you're only 23 years old and you've already have that much experience, you're well ahead of most traders. Don't get, you only fail when you give up. Look at the euro. What's the symbol for the euro? It's 6E. Dang. Look at that move. That's breaking out. That's breaking out. Oh, I haven't traded currency pairs for a very long time. Yeah, well, you're watching everything, right, Hoop? You're watching like 15, 16 different markets at a time. Yeah, that's what I was curious. If he said the markets are looking good now, did he make anything today? Did he say, yeah, the markets are looking bad? Regardless of what anybody thinks, everyone pays attention to the markets. Everybody pays attention to the markets. And when your Uber driver, when your neighbor, when your spouse or family member is talking about the markets, you know, anybody in power, any political position is looking and thinking about the markets. Dakota, I read X. Japan is going to cut interest rates by noon. How's that affect the Nikkei? Let's look. Let's look. So far, the Nikkei is down 1%. We've got that nice bounce, but we are at this level of resistance here in the Nikkei. So I'm curious if this just was a bounce. Maybe we come back down to the 33,000 levels. Those lower, like 33,000. Like everything is volatile. We're going to bounce off 8K, 18K tonight, up 200 points after PPI. I mean, so far that's the low. Yeah, if it's in the, that's a great point, Kelly. That's always been the thing is there is algorithms and there's traders, there's technology that as soon as you see it in any news press, any news feed, it's already in the markets. You've already missed it. Right? Like as soon as you see a headline, people's already been traded it. Like markets right now and the technology that we have in the markets, they are so efficient because everyone can trade at such high speeds. It's near impossible for someone like myself to trade it, to out trade it, unless I get the news before the world, right? The insider information, or we get a leak and you happen to be the first one to get it. Ask Citadel. Yeah, that's the reality that we live in. Like when it comes to perfect competition, yes. Anybody with a computer can have access to high-speed internet. And look at this market pumping now. He told the whole world. With hindsight, he told, yeah. Yeah, the fastest way I know there's news is I watch the markets. As soon as I see these markets react, you could say, you could tell it on Topstep TV, right? Where it's like, oh, tape bomb, something happened. And then after the move, you kind of see the news come out. That's how it is. You have people paying millions of dollars for direct lines, direct hookups. Ooh, there's even, oh, correct me if I'm wrong. Chat, I know you'll correct me if I'm wrong. There was a time through the whole technology, right, through computers coming into the markets and trading, they had to regulate how long your computer cables were connected to the exchange, right? Like your connection to the exchange had to be so long because institutions or hedge funds or whoever had the shortest wire connection was able to beat everyone else. And it's the same back. And is it 3 feet? Something like that. There was also, if we want to go really back in the time, now I do know before, way back, reading history, studying like all that, they used to do something similar, but not in computers, not in technology, but horses, where whoever had the faster horse to deliver the news to whoever is on trading or whatever, buying the markets, typically got the news faster. I can't remember the story, the history, something about some war, and then the war would come, like the news would travel from ships to the East Coast, and then as soon as that news got to shore, whoever had the faster horse to run it to maybe take action, and just lots of, I mean, that's always been the case, right? Whoever got information faster always had an advantage. That's always the case. Whoever gets the information first has an advantage on everybody else. Imagine riding your horse to put a buy order. Transmission speed and is crucial for many. Yeah, true. But why many institutions they get the server just close to the exchange? I was even reading stories where people would buy huge towers. So the taller the tower, if you're not in like New York or somewhere, the more direct of a connection. Is that something? Is that true? You have a taller tower, I have a more direct line for a signal to get it to the exchange. I got that email from Mick today. Hopefully it's a good email. Looks like it's a good. Hummingbird project. That used to be the advantage of the trading floor in Wall Street. Yeah. The key to get ASAP to fiber. I execute on the 5-second chart. Okay, this could be a setup right here to short. This could be another short opportunity. I'm watching this market. We're getting this consolidation here. So here's what I'm thinking. Is this a consolidation, and can we break the bottom of this and then make a leg lower? Is this a short opportunity? Make sure I'm in micros. I'm going to see about building a position. One micro. I might add if we could get up to the top and show another reversal. I don't mind risking 1 micro. Oh, of course. All right. Who shorts these markets? You can wonder why I only buy this dang thing. Instantly. Let's look at the points. Instantly. Minus 30 points. Minus 30 points. An instant. Okay, I'm going to add. I'm not gonna worry about points. Let's. Now let's see, where's a good stop? I'm going to close this out manually. I might end up just take $100 loss or so. Well, I chose exactly when it was going to bounce.
Order filled.
Watching. Let's see if we could add to this position. Bullish breaker upper. Let's see.
Order filled.
I'm adding to the position. Four micros. Still feels like a lot. Bullish flag pattern. My finger's on the close button. We're hesitating right here at these 290s. There we go. Let's see if we get continuation down to the bottom of this range. We're in a position right in the middle of this freaking range, too. In 5 micros. 5 micros. Oh, I'm so used to this being minis, everybody.
Order filled.
6 micros. Let me see what it looks like on the 1 minute. That 5 minutes. Yeah, there's lots of consolidation right here. All right, I might wait to add. If we get down and retest and start to break, then I could add some more, maybe. Chop zone. Chop zone. Order filled. I hate that sound. Like PTSD. Oh, can you guys hear? Oh, you can't hear the order filled. Let's watch it. If we fail to break, I'm just going to close out, and I could always reset this. I could always reset the trade back up. I'm always a firm believer. It's easier to get out and back in than to hold on and hope it turns around. I added right there. We're holding. I want to see it fail a lot quicker than that. So we might not liking this. You think it goes up? It's not looking the best. And I think you might be right. Let's see if we could hold these 310s. If we could hold below this 310 level. Yeah, yep, I'm out. We did not hold. And now we could probably, let's see if we break to the long side. It probably could be a decent add to the long, to be honest. The fact that we held this, that was big. Do we add to this again? Can we get into it? That trade was 50-50. This is big. This, to me, meant more than anything else in this consolidation. Because now it looks like we could just break up. just consolidation, just junk price action. I want to see if this is going to hold. I'm playing a breakout, non-biased. I'm not biased short or long right here. I want to get in with a break in either direction. If this is going to break up or down. Later, tater chips. Quit reading the chat. Watch the book. Retail trading at its finest. Okay, added 2. 3. Let's see if we get this momentum through to the upside now. We're still holding these higher lows. We'll get 4. Let's get 5. The breakthrough will add. If we could break through these 16s through 18s. 18 is going to be that high point. And I'm watching. I want to see this. I want to see these lows continue to hold. Right? Pivot. Here's another pivot. And if it breaks, I'm out. Looking good. We're long America. Being long in this market. Oh, no. I don't know about that. Why am I long in a bear market? Bear market. Bear flag, bull flag. Consolidating. Consolidating. Consolidation is what we are. What we are in. There goes dinner. There goes dinner. Sell the ups. We supposed to buy. Maybe I got this wrong, everybody. I didn't know. You're supposed to buy the bottom and sell the top? Or do we buy the top or sell the bottom? Breakout trading. Both? Both? It'll break up. In range bounds mainly fell. Let's see. We got to look at this. We got to look at this. Where are we at? Tilt's long. The tilt's long. I don't know if I like that though. I don't know if I like the tilt, the fact that the tilt is long. We're still holding these. We're still holding this support, so that's what I'm watching. It seems like this range is getting tighter and tighter. Breakout trades. Fade it. Fade what, dying voice? Fade the market? Oh, this chop, man. This chop. This market. Oh, we're at the bottom of this. Wait for it. Wait for it. All right, all right, all right. Let's go. I added long 6. Let's get follow through now. We got to get this follow through. Maybe. Can we see some follow through? Or is this going to fake out? This is where it makes me a little bit nervous. Is it going to have follow through or a fake out here? Can we get follow through? Those 300s? Maybe? Chat, where are we looking? Where are we looking? Looking for these 360s. All right, in the 40s. Okay, so far so good. Can we get follow through in the 40s? See if we get those 60s. Might close out a couple if we get another push higher. This volatility is starting to see volatility picking up a little bit. Let's get pushing through those 50s. I want to see 60s come in. Come on. Don't stop. Let's get through. Let's get through it. We're trying. Trying. Okay, let's get out of one there. Let's get at 50s, mid 50s. Oh, is it really gonna let me get out of one and then turn around on me? All right, let's tighten this. Let's tighten this before we get smacked by some tweet. You gotta be freaking kidding me. Come on. Take the money and run. I closed out of 1. I should have closed out of half. But let's see if we can get a pullback and then continuation back up. I wanted to see these 60s. We got 58. I think we could come back and test these 60s again. We got to find a higher low. You should have done minis. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Sweep. Move your stop a bit. Are we going to get any follow through from this pullback? Are we going to sell right back in and this is going to be a scratch? Wait for the trade. I hear everybody now. If this turns out to be scratch, should have took profit. Yeah, what's casual not realizing? Let's think about volatility. I was up 50 points on that one. Not even feeling like that. That didn't even feel like 50 points, everybody. That felt like 12 points. That felt like maybe 20, not 50. That's a 50-point banger right there. Not really thinking about the points move. Like, up 50 points on that one did not feel anything like 50 points. That seems like it's 10 points. Let's get back up to these 60s, and let's get a continuation and a breakout. Touch 50 once. I'm getting used to this movement. We're getting jaded. Good flip here. Do the reversal challenge. Testing 50. Back into these 60s. Come on, market. That's a little more. Don't stop. Okay, I'm going to close off another one at 50. Now I'm long 4. Securing some profit. As you check out, I was taking a pull to log off. Oh, we're addicted to this market. All right, just 50 points here. into the 60s. Let's close out another one and see if we get 61. Chat. Okay, into those 60s again. I'm going to close another one off there. Not going to get lock in some more profits. We'll tighten this up. Just a casual 50 points in slow markets twice. All right, let's see. Maybe we could come up and see these 80s. Maybe we could see these 80s. Next zone. This is that first zone I was looking at that we are now seeing as resistance. Why not sell them all? I would not be following my process if I would just be selling them all. I've locked in 340. I was down $50. I was up 200, then down 50. You don't. If we could break through this, I'm seeing these 80s come into play. ES holding fell 359 as it should. It should. Sometimes the market doesn't do what it should. Chipotle. No food for me. I don't know if I'll even have dinner tonight. Maybe something light, like some soup. Some soup. I don't know. I am going to be on for tomorrow morning, so I need to just, not eat anything heavy. I'm leaving a little bit more room. Yeah, typically I would have my stop loss at either this pivot or this pivot, but this is 2 micros. I'm leaving a little bit of room. I don't mind. I mean, there's not much of a difference between this. Leaving a little bit of room in this type of a market condition. We're almost done with slow markets, everybody. We are almost done. I took profits right there in those 60s. I think that's this is going to be the finishing trade of the slow markets, everybody. So 3 trades, 2 winners and 1 loser. I was trying to build a short, right? I was trying to build a short. Didn't force a short. Switched. Got in long. Played the breakout. That's a beautiful break of a range. Whenever you're ranging like that, I just neutral. It's very neutral, honestly, where I wouldn't be surprised if we broke to the downside or the long side. Try to play in short. Shorts were not working, right? We continue to hold buyers, longers, higher, low, higher, low, higher, low. And then we started to break up, and then I started to build a position to the longs. And so I went both ways, right? Trying to build a position short. It did not work. Flipped. Tried to build a position long. This one worked. And the long, right? That's the thing about breakout. That's about risk reward is it's sometimes you get stopped out and take a loss. When it does break out, you typically want to have a runner or two or have a decent risk reward compared to those losses. Or at least for this is a beautiful example, right? Down 50, lost like 200 or 300, whatever it was on that one. And that's maybe why you follow a process and not get emotional about any individual trade. Last night I kept longing, because I had this is less of a directional than I was looking at last night. Longs just failed, right? We broke through last night and the market just sold off. 3 bar on the 5 minute. Be careful. Let's look at that. Let's look at that 5 minute. If we could break through 320, I could see it. But we're just leaving a runner on. Short gold, pull back to the 300s next. Yeah, we might scratch on this last order. I don't mind scratching on it. We have $340 for tonight. Ooh, what another session. Last night, this week, it's already Thursday. Tomorrow is Friday. I am feeling much better, to be honest. Feeling much, much better. So I will be on, let's take a look. Be on tomorrow morning. Tomorrow's Friday. It's Friday's price action. I will be on tomorrow morning. Let's look at, I want to check something. And then of course, don't forget Aaron during the London Open, D for the Euro. And I was thinking am I going to be on for, I am going to be on for the reversal challenge tomorrow. Reversal challenge, me, tomorrow. That's going to be fun. Look at this market go. See, that's why you trail it. I'm going to be on for the reversal challenge tomorrow. That's going to be fun. We'll see. These markets. Look at the market. Look at that. That's why you leave a runner on, folks. And that, my friend. And close off that last one. Tighten. That. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. Aaron's already awake during slow markets. I'll have to get him on here then. Yeah, I was looking for us to test these 80s, but runners are there for a reason. Look at this volatility. Just the casual. Ooh, something's going on. Do you see how the market pick? Oh, it's the top of the hour. I'm going to be done. That's it. That's good. All right, $560. Finishing the night for slow markets. I will be on tomorrow morning. And that's all, folks.